Welcome to Stage Your Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. My name is Stephanie, and this is the podcast where we bring you the latest tips, tricks, and expert insights from the world of professional home staging. And I'm joined by my friend and fellow staging expert, Kandice.
Hi, everyone. We may be competitors in the Denver market, but we believe in abundance and collaboration over competition. And we're here to share our collective knowledge with you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from the experts. This is Stager Savvy. Welcome back to Stager Savvy. I'm Kandice.
And I'm Stephanie.
We are your guides to all things staging. Today's episode is all about clearing up one of the most common misconceptions in our industry, and that is the difference between staging and decorating.
Yes, people, they mix them up all the time. But when it comes to selling, knowing the difference can make or break a sale. We often hear from interior designers that they also stage. They say, "Hey, I'm an interior designer, but I'm a stager too." And I'm sure some can stage, but professional stagers have been trained in marketing, and we've also been trained in the art of gentle persuasion. So we know how to talk to these people and tell them hard things to encourage them to actually do these hard things that they may not want to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start with what is decorating?
Okay.
Decorating is personalizing.
Yep.
It's about creating a space that reflects you and your interests and your taste and your style. They think about bold colors and family photos and possibly bearskin rugs on the walls and collections. So decorating is about making a house a home and personalizing for the people who live there.
Yeah. I like to tell clients that when you're living there, because they'll pull stuff out and they'll be like, "Oh, but I live here and I love this and I love that." Well, yeah, you live there, you should, right? When you're living there, it should feel like a hug. It should feel like a reflection of who you are and surround you with all the things that you love.
Absolutely.
But staging is the opposite, right? It's not personal. It's not for this. It's not for you. It's not for the seller anymore. Staging is strategic. It's marketing. And the goal is not to show off the homeowner's property, but to highlight the house itself.
Absolutely. It's about making the home appeal to the widest, broadest range of buyers. And that means we neutralize the palette.
Yeah.
We change the furniture layout for flow. We open windows for bringing in more natural light. And oftentimes we remove furniture. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah.
Because you want it to feel larger rather than more cozy.
Right.
So we want potential buyers to be able to see themselves in this space and not see you and your tastes in this space.
For sure. For sure.
Why does all that matter?
Well, so imagine you want to buy a home and you're walking into this home and it's filled with all this personalized decor. Like you said, maybe there's a zebra on the wall. Maybe I've been in many red dining rooms. People love red, but red dining rooms, and we've got the bold colors everywhere and the collection over here. Like, you're going to feel like you're walking into somebody's space. You're going to feel awkward, like you're invading their space. They might admire it. They might be like, "Oh, that's pretty," but they're also going to get distracted. They're going to focus on the red sofa or the zebra or whatever, right? And they're not focusing on the bones of the home, which is what they're buying, what they may buy, right? They need to be paying attention to natural light, the flow of the rooms, the features that actually sell the property. So with staging, the focus shifts back to the house itself and making the house look its best so that potential buyers can actually see themselves in the home. And that's what creates that emotional connection and faster offers
Right.
from buyers.
And that's what you want. They say that buyers spend more time in a staged home than they do an unstaged home. And the longer a buyer is in the home, the more inclined they are to make an offer.
For sure. I mean, if imagine like you're hanging out there and if they're wandering around, their wheels are turning. They're starting to see
Right.
themselves. They're starting to be like, oh, we could put grandma's hutch over there and we could put whatever over here, right there. They're
Right.
doing that mental move in and how they would live. And oh, it would be so nice to have cook fresh meals on this beautiful island or whatever, right? Like they're moving in. They're spending time is always good for the seller.
Right. Sorry, my cat just jumped up on my lap.
Ooh, hi,
So
kitty.
I staged a home once where the homeowner had purple walls and she had very eclectic furniture and she loved her space.
Oh gosh.
But it was very personal to her. And so after staging, we painted the walls a more neutral color, a neutral palette. We actually removed a lot of her very specific eclectic furniture and brought in things that fit the space better, made it feel a little more open. And buyers walked in and immediately saw possibilities instead of her purple walls.
Purple.
And yeah, so then the house sold quickly and she was a believer after that.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. I feel like we have so many of those stories. People are like, "Oh, but it's so beautiful in here and I love it because it's mine." And it like, great, let's pack it
Yeah,
up and keep this stuff safe so that you can have it when you get where you're going. And
right.
let's neutralize it so that it can appeal to the masses. I
Right.
mean, if you
Right.
want top dollar, you have to get it in front of more people.
And I think painting is one of the best things you can do. I tell my clients it's money in a can. I
Yeah.
often get pushback from sellers who say they don't want to paint, they don't have the money to paint, but yet they
Yeah.
have these bold colors on the walls. And there's my
Hi,
cat.
kitty.
Off you go. Um, and so just neutralizing the paint can make just a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree. Paint that's one of my favorite things. Favorite ways to update. I mean, even if you're not updating
Absolutely.
anything else, just by updating a paint color, even if it's not
So,
super bold and bright, it might be a great neutral from 1991 that's
yeah,
not such a great neutral anymore. So just
yeah,
by updating that color, all of a sudden the space looks updated as well. So,
yes.
yeah.
I just yesterday was at a house. I had been there a week ago, and we're getting ready to stage it. And it's a luxury property, but it had kind of a like a warm kind of ochre color, brownish kind of from probably the 90s,
Mhm.
and had a lot of wood. So the color also matched kind of the wood frames around the windows and the floor. It was all just bleh.
Yeah.
And so I went back yesterday after they painted, and oh my gosh, what a difference. It just feels light and bright and fresh, and really made a big difference.
Yeah. Paint's huge.
Paint is huge.
Okay. So how about a couple of quick takeaways? Decorating or reminders, I guess, of what we talked about. Decorating is personal expression. It's what you love. It feels good. It's personal, right? And you pay money to make that happen.
Right.
Staging, like I just said, is broad appeal. It appeals to the masses. We want a bigger pool of people that can walk in and feel at home in that space. Decorating makes you feel at home, your personal stuff, right? Staging makes buyers want to make it their home. Like they walk in and they're like, ooh, it feels just great. It's waiting for them, right?
Right.
So when selling, always prioritize staging over decorating. It's marketing. We want to market.
Absolutely. And tell us your story about um, your zebra heads. And I think we
Oh my
all as
gosh.
stagers come upon these kinds of situations, but
Totally. I've seen a
classic.
couple of zebras in my day. I've had a zebra collection that was like in the corner of this. It took up a whole corner of just past the entryway. It was interesting. I went to an open house for a realtor friend, and she's like, "Oh, come, you got to come down to the basement." And they had kind of this pile of extra stuff just kind of back in the corner of the basement. But there was a zebra head like mounted like you would mount a deer or whatever, like laying on the floor of the basement. Like imagine that surprise when you come downstairs and there's a zebra.
Gee,
Another time, there's another house kind of out in the sticks a little bit. And so they have acreage, so they're hunter people, but they were displaying all of their hunter items throughout the house, which again, fantastic for living. If
right,
that's what you love and that's what you want to surround yourself with,
right.
absolutely, for sure, show off those trophies, right? But when it comes time to sell, people don't want to walk in and have that shock value of, oh my gosh, there's a dead whatever on the wall. I
No,
walked into one and like, you walk in the door and there's kind of a little hallway that goes down to the living room and all of that. And in that area, instead of like an entry table with a nice mirror over it, they had this
perfect.
giant like bear skin like hugging the wall. It's just like, okay, we need to probably take that down and pack it up. Let's put it in the shop so that it's safe for when you get where you're going. But
Well, can you
potential buyers don't
imagine?
need to see that.
No, and can you imagine if the photos reflected that? I mean, would people have
Right.
come in to see the house? And you got to get these people in the door.
That's
Um,
it.
and if that stuff is still hanging out, I would,
Yeah.
most people would swipe past.
Right. Yeah. They're not even going to get past the photos to be able to pull up to
No,
the house. And if your
no.
photos don't look great and you can't get them to the house, there's your traffic. How many people, how big is your audience now? You've really
Right.
shrunk your pool of potential buyers,
Yeah.
because if you're only looking at people who also love taxidermy, I guess, or trophy, whatever, I don't know, like whatever the thing is, purple
Yeah.
walls. If
Yeah.
you're only marketing to people who like purple walls, I'm out. I'm not buying purple walls.
No.
Like they may not even make it to the front door.
Well, and
So,
especially these days in this market,
oh,
because buyers don't want projects. And so if they
right.
see they have to paint and if they have to replace carpet and if they have to do all these things, they're knocking down that offer to you. And then you're not going to make as much money on the sale. So
Yeah.
prepare it properly.
So true. They want move-in ready. They want you to do all the maintenance work. They want you to make all those little repairs. They want you to paint. They want you to replace the chandelier from 1982 and just put something
That's for
simple in
sure.
there so they don't have to do it. Like all of those little things matter.
Yep.
And we talked a lot
Yes.
about that in the last episode, the
Right.
5-minute fixes, but yeah, it's not decorating. It's a whole different thing because
It really
we're
is.
taking it away from ourselves. We're not appealing to ourselves anymore. We're appealing to
Right.
as many as we can. And it's
Right.
so important to market your home the right way so that you can get top dollar.
So the next time somebody asks you, isn't staging just decorating? You'll know the answer. And one of my mentors always says that staging and interior design are two sides of the same coin. Design personalizes and costs you money, and staging depersonalizes and makes you money. And
So
that's a
good.
very big um, difference between the two. So um,
Yes.
marketing, remember, staging is about marketing, your biggest asset, and marketing wins out every time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people want to sell their home. So that's it. I think that's all we have for today. Do you have anything else?
No, we could probably go on and on of different stories of
Oh my God, I
homes
know.
we've seen that weren't marketed properly, and the
Yeah,
things we recommended to fix it. But I think you just remember that stagers, professional stagers, are trained in the art of gentle persuasion and marketing, and that really makes the difference.
for sure. Yeah, we've got to neutralize it. We've got to encourage the people to do the depersonalizing and all of the
Yeah.
things. So yeah, it's definitely different than design for sure. This was good, short and sweet a little bit, but we've
Short and
got so many
sweet.
other episodes that give so many good tips. I think this is a
Right.
nice little um just a good little definition about what the difference between staging and decorating is. All right. Well, I think that's good. So thanks for tuning in to Stager Savvy, everybody. Hopefully you found this helpful. And if you did, subscribe so that you get those notifications when we come out with a new episode.
Yes.
Share it with your friends, your clients, your realtors, whatever. And connect with us on Instagram. We would love to see you over there. We're at Stager Savvy on Instagram. And until next time, happy
Until next
staging.
time.
Thank you for listening to Stager Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion on home staging and gained some valuable insights that you can apply to your own real estate journey.
If you have any questions, ideas for future episodes, or would like to learn more about our services, please feel free to visit our website, stagersavvy.com, or reach out to us directly at stagersavvy@gmail.com. We're always happy to help.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay up to date on all the latest episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us and helps us improve our content and reach more people.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.